Good morning. We're at chapter 5, Changing Your Experience of Anger. Both my brother and I are natural swimmers. Growing up on the shore, we spent most of every summer's day in the water. We learned to swim without official training or much conscious effort. Our father, on the other hand, never had the opportunity to learn to swim when he was a child. We tried to teach him. We told him the principles and showed him the movements. Time and again, he tried and gave up. He may not have been a natural swimmer, but I'm convinced that if he had continued to try, he would have succeeded. Had he practiced his success, he would have become a good swimmer. The same principle applies to anger. Some people are fortunate enough to have learned healthy anger skills during their childhood. As adults, they have access to these skills, which comes naturally. Others who did not learn to develop methods to use angry feelings effectively have to devise new behaviors, repeatedly try them, and as the successes occur, practice them. This chapter presents exercises to help you use your anger productively. Because the process of an emotion is circular, changes in any area of the anger process, whether it be in thoughts, emotions, or behaviors, produces changes in all areas. This fact allows you to choose where you want to begin. I think the best results occur when a person becomes comfortable with his emotions. And so I recommend that you do the relaxation exercise and then begin with the exercises on emotions. Learn an exercise, try it out, and then practice it daily. In time, the skills engaged in constructive anger will become second nature. Mooks, you okay? Babe, hey. You're making a lot of noise, my friend. Okay, I'm going to read this to you, but I'm also going to put it up so you can see it. So I'll read it first because here comes the sun. Relaxation. Mookie, baby, can we stop? Pretty please? You okay? All right. Relaxation. Many of the exercises in this section require relaxation. You will therefore benefit, though it is not essential, from use of a tape recorder and a relaxation tape. When the exercise necessitates relaxation, go to a quiet place, play the tape until you are relaxed and your mind is clear. Then proceed with the exercise. If you don't have a relaxation tape, these steps are one way to relax. Number 1, take a deep breath. Hold it to the count of 3. Slowly let it out while mentally thinking the word relax. Take another deep breath. Hold it to the count of 3. Slowly let it out while mentally thinking the word relax. Tighten both fists. Count to 3. Open your fists and relax. Take another deep breath. Hold it to the count of 3. Slowly let it out while mentally thinking the word relax. Then proceed with the exercise. Because anger is a product of anxiety, it can be helpful to reduce adrenaline during any stressful situation. This goal is easily accomplished by serendipitously doing steps 1 through 4. Alright, I'm going to show you a picture, even though I know here comes the sun, so that you can read it yourself. There we go. Now we're going to head over here to emotions. Alright. Let's get that back from my painting. Not sure if you can see it or not, but there's like so many fish in the water. Alright. That made me feel relaxed. Okay, emotions. Because anger is an emotion, it is important to become comfortable with feelings in general, and then with anger specifically. Therefore, the first 4 exercises deal with feelings other than anger. I recommend that you work through this material before moving on. Besides anger, humans experience only 6 basic emotions. All other feeling words describe either combinations or various intensities of these. To avoid the pitfalls involved with expressing emotions, complete the exercises using only the basic feeling labels given in the next exercise. If you can't feel angry when you need to assert yourself, the following exercises will help you. First one, replacing misinformation about anger. Second one, uses of anger. Third, replacing unclear labels. It sounds and feels like morning here at Walnut Creek. All right. If you have difficulty experiencing the fear and anxiety that anger defends, or if you tend to blame outside sources for either your anger or your fear, the following exercises will be helpful, which is replacing misinformation about anger, taking responsibility, and owning the fear. Excuse me. Each emotion has a purpose. You may have been brought up in a home where many taboos controlled emotions and their expression. If so, you have been taught that it's not okay to feel. If feelings were unacceptable, you had no need to learn what a feeling is or how to label it. This situation makes it very difficult to experience, use, and communicate feelings in a productive way. The first step in overcoming your experience is to re-educate yourself by proving that the taboos which imply the badness of a feeling are false beliefs. On the contrary, every feeling is good. Each has a specific purpose that enhances your ability to cope with life, as well as to ensure the survival of the human race. Alright, below is a list of 6 feelings. Write what you think is the function of each. Sadness, loneliness, guilt, inadequacy, fear, and gladness. Review each of these emotions and your answer, and then ask yourself, what would life really be like without this feeling? Yeah, I can hear him too. All right, the next part is feeling the emotion. Many people mislabel the feeling experience by applying one label to most of their psychophysiological sensations. They then behave according to that label. In order to express your feelings clearly, you need to distinguish the various sensations and name them accurately. The following exercise requires that you be relaxed. Go to a quiet place, get comfortable, play the tape or deep breathe to the count of 3 until you are relaxed and your mind is clear. Do only 1 or 2 of these visualizations at each sitting. Make sure that you relax and clear your mind after each one. It is best to end each sitting by visualizing gladness. Gladness, you say. As you follow the directions, note your body's physical reactions. These reactions are the feeling. That's cool. Okay, gladness. We're going to go through the feelings now, it looks like. Gladness. Remember a moment of success. Go over the hard work, the labor involved in achieving this success. Then put yourself into the moment of completion. That point when you looked at the finished product and knew it was a job well done. What were your thoughts? It's got a space here to write that out. This is the workbook. And the next question is, how is your body reacting? Remember when you thought, this is the greatest moment of my life. Relive that moment as though it were a movie and you, the star. See the people around you. Know the joy. Let yourself smile. How does your body feel? Take this feeling with you as you go on with your day. The next one is sadness. Visualize a small child whose pet has just died. In your mind, direct a movie about this child. See the surroundings. Hear the sounds. Think the child's thoughts. And now the questions to answer. What part of your body experienced this feeling? Describe a similar experience from your life. The next one is fear. Think of a time when you were frightened. It can be an enjoyable fear, like a roller coaster ride or a scary movie. For example, relive that experience. See it in your mind's eye. Think the thoughts. Remember all the details you can. What does your body do during this replay? Okay, and the next one is anger. Tighten your fists. Clench your teeth. Imagine you are walking through a department store. See the details of the store, the colors, the smells, the sounds. Ahead you see someone you care about, whose face you visualize clearly, being belittled by a stranger. First question, what do you think? Next one, what do you say? And the final, how does your body respond? All right. Feeling labels and feeling statements. It is important to know how to express feelings verbally by choosing feeling labels and feeling statements that are clear and precise. Below is a guide that will help when you search for a word to describe a feeling and form a sentence to convey this information to another. Become familiar with the basic feeling labels. These are listed below, followed by other labels that describe different nuances of the emotion. Afraid is also nervous, scared, and terrified. Sad is also unhappy or mournful. Guilty is ashamed and remorseful. Inadequate is embarrassed and humiliated. Lonely can be lonesome. Angry, annoyed, irritated, irate, furious, and enraged. And then glad, content, relieved, satisfied, happy, and joyous. Number 2, if you use the words that or like with the feeling label, you are expressing a thought or an opinion, not a feeling. Example, I feel that you have done a good job. It translates to, I think you have done a good job. Notice that this sentence offers no information about the internal physiological reaction. All right, number 3. If you can substitute the word think for the word feel in your feeling statement, and it still makes sense, you are stating a thought, not a feeling. Example, I feel he is making a mistake. It translates to, I think he is making a mistake. This is a judgment, an interpretation of the external event, not a description of your internal response. All right, and the number 4 of 5. Feeling labels are adjectives that describe the physiological sensation within your body. Their purpose is to convey information about you. Therefore, A, do not use an adjective to describe a situation in which more than one feeling is possible. The example is, I feel different, which could be powerless, it could be lost, it could be hurt, it could be dizzy, it could be confused. One person may be happy to be different, another may be afraid, and another may be sad. And B, avoid using a verb as a feeling label. Verbs denote action, judgment, and blame. The example, I feel cheated. This statement says that someone did something that you judge as cheating, and whatever physiological sensation you have is that person's fault. Other verbs commonly misused as feeling labels are blamed, betrayed, abandoned, distanced, rejected, neglected, etc. All right, number 5, and the final one. When you can substitute am for feel in your feeling statement, there is a high probability that you are describing a feeling. The example is, I feel happy to I am happy. All right, I'm going to take a break there because I got dogs bugging me. But we are on page 61. of Chapter 5. I've been reading to you from the Anger Workbook by Lorraine Bilodeau, MS. That is Bilodeau. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate you. It was beautiful this morning.